This is your one and only FireSpark81 with your daily dose of video goodness, and welcome back to another exciting Cyberpunk 2077 video. Today, I'm going to show you a build that I'm calling the John Wick build. Let's get to it. Okay, so I'm just going to show you the build in action before I talk about all the details on it and how you can do the same thing. We got a robbery going on over here. Hey, look at these people. All right, so what we're going to do, we're just going to run up here. Time slows down, and apparently I can't hit anybody. We're going to slow time down again. We're going to club this guy in the face, and then we're just going to shoot him in the face. This guy right here, shoot him in the face. And then this lady up here, we still got a few minutes on time. Let's club her and then shoot her in the face. And I think that was all of them. So as you can see, the build relies on basically using your pistol as a melee weapon. You get up close and personal, and what allows us to do that is the ability to slow down time whenever we click a button. It's super handy and super effective, especially getting up close with the pistol and doing lots of damage for headshots. Now, you can do damage for headshots from far away, but why bother when you can get up close and personal, and it's way more fun. Now, you don't just have to use a pistol. You can also use rifles. I have the Widowmaker here and the Overwatch. Another good option would be the SOR-22 as your rifle. You can see there, it does a massive amount of on-hit damage. We don't want to look at the DPS. What we care about is these numbers right here for this build. We want high numbers for damage because we're focusing on crit and crit damage. So if you can craft this one, this would be another really good option. I like the Widowmaker because it can charge up and shoot through stuff, so super handy. The Overwatch does absolutely insane damage for a sniper rifle, and you can get this by doing Pan Am's quests. So you just go through her quest line and you will eventually get this. This gun here is Crash. This is an epic iconic. This comes from River. You do his quest line and you will get this at the end of doing all of his quests. This gun is absolutely insane. It has 100% crit chance and does 120% crit damage. It also does anywhere from 339 to 414 damage a shot with a 5% chance to bleed, and the headshots are 2.8 times damage multiplier. It's freaking insane. It's an absolutely insane weapon. Now, you don't have to have these two weapons here for your sniper and your close range. These are based off of other guns that you can get relatively early on. So if we go over here to our backpack and we go to our guns, right here, the Overture, that's River's gun. It's the same thing. It just has a different name, but it's the same thing. So if you want to start this build early on, just pick up an Overture somewhere and start using it and continue to swap them out as you get better ones. Overwatch is based off of the SP32 Grad. So you can get these in a lot of different places in the game. Snipers will drop these. They'll drop either these or the charged ones. So you can use this as well when you get a hold of one of these, or you can just craft one. I think this one unlocks as you level up crafting, or you can just buy it from one of the shops. But this is the same thing as Overwatch. So Overwatch and Crash are guns that you can work towards, but you can do this build from the start of the game. Now let's talk about Cyberware, because there's something you need that's very important to make this happen, and that is this right here. You don't necessarily have to have this same unit. You can get whichever one of these you want. And I would tell you where I got this one, because this one's fantastic for this build because it has a 15-second cooldown. Most of them are 30, but honestly, I can't remember. I've had it for a while, and it wasn't until recently that I started using it for this. I was using it to escape and get behind cover quickly. But it's designed for melee. It's designed to slow everything down because bullets slow down with it. So bullets don't move at your speed. You're the only thing that moves at your speed when this is active. Bullets continue to slow down just like everything else around you. So this is made for melee, but it doesn't matter if your bullet's slow if you're right in the target's face using your gun for melee. So you need one of these. A lot of the different Ripper Docs sell them. Just pick one up that has a long burn time. So where it says 16 seconds there, you want that number, that 16, to be as high as you can find. and you want the slowdown time to be as tiny as you can find, because to slow down time more, it's a smaller number. And then you also, of course, want a low cooldown number. Then this one here increases the damage, all damage dealt by 15%. There's also ones that increase your crit damage and crit chance. Those work just as well. So just buy whichever you can afford when you start to attempt to do this. Just buy whichever one you can afford. Another one that's super handy is this. So this slows down time when enemies notice you. This allows you to go up, shoot somebody in the face, and then have 2 seconds of cooldown time to quickly shoot somebody else in the face, then get out of the way for a hot second, or immediately activate this. Don't try to activate this when this is active, because it just triggers this one's cooldown timer, and then you're stuck for 15 seconds or however long your cooldown time is before you can go into slowdown mode again. So you let this trigger, you let this finish, then you immediately activate this. And for me, I get 18 seconds of time slowed down when I first initiate a fight, and then 16-second and 15-second intervals where I can just run around shooting people in the face or the back of the head. Other than that, whatever other cyberware you want is fantastic. Like I have this one, which restores 3% of my health when defeating an enemy. That's great. There's this one to do extra damage to drones. This is the optics is another really good one here. If you can get a hold of one of these. Now, I do know your first Ripper Doc that you go to, your buddy Ripper Doc, he sells this. So as soon as you can get one of these, get one of these, because this increases your headshot damage even more. It's not a have to, but it's nice. For my outfit, I have a lot of stuff that just increases crit chance and crit damage. However, people are saying that it doesn't stack, because if you look at my stats here, you can see that I have a lot of crit chance stuff, but all of that doesn't really change my stats that much. And if I unequip one, it drops my stats really low. So I don't know if that's a bug, because that's something that's extremely hard to test for. I tried to test it, but it's extremely difficult because you don't always get the same crit damage when you hit. Even hitting a unit almost in the exact same spot every time, and if you crit twice in a row, like if you reload the game and shoot the guy in the same spot again, you'll get a different number even if it crits. So it's something very, very difficult to test for. So I don't know if it's a visual bug for the damage numbers there and you're actually getting these stats, or if these actually don't stack. If you don't want to take that chance, just stack armor. You can see on this one that I have the armor increase. Put armadillos on all of your armor. Anytime you get a mod slot, just put armadillo on it and get your armor as high as possible. Anything you can do to reduce damage when you do get hit is gonna pay off in a big way. Okay, now for what you all have been waiting for, I'm sure, attribute points and perk points. So the majority of them need to go into reflexes. You wanna try to max reflexes. There's some good stuff in here that I wanna get, so you need to get to like 20 to get this one. After a successful headshot with a pistol or revolver, crit chance increases by 25% for 5 seconds. That's freaking crazy. That's extremely crazy strong once you get to level 20. But at least get to 16. At 16, you can get most of the stuff and do a buttload of damage. This one, don't worry about getting this one until you're using a pistol that's fully modded. If you have a pistol that can't have mods on it, this isn't going to do you any good. So this is one you could honestly consider skipping altogether if you really didn't want to get it. But I mean, if you do have a modded pistol and it's fully modded, then, you know, may as well pick it up. Assault rifles, we're looking like this. Basically, I got everything that increased damage, increases crit, increases reload time because they're so slow to reload, and I skipped the stuff that's all about being behind cover just because I needed the additional perk points for other stuff. And on top of that, it's sometimes like it's hard to tell if it's counting if you're behind cover. Like if you get up to a wall, you lift your gun up, but like other times you don't. So if I'm just like this, does this count as cover, or do I have to be there? She just did it like this. Am I in cover now? So I got tired of that, and I couldn't tell if I was actually getting the bonuses from it. So I just gave up on all of those perks that refer to cover. Then over here in technical ability, now I advise leveling technical ability because crafting is extremely broken. Also, if you get these guns that I suggested here for your end game, to level them up to where they're doing the damage like you see here, you have to have crafting anyway. But I mean, at least try to get to the epic so you can get them up to purple tier. But under engineering, I picked up can't touch this so that your grenades can't blow you up, so that if you're fighting targets that are harder, then you can't blow yourself up and you can hit them with grenades to stumble them and everything else. So if I just toss a grenade here and I stand on top of it, you can see it did absolutely nothing to me. Now, I will point out that if you're using other grenades, like the blind grenades and stuff like the flashbangs, oh look, he decided he wanted to fight. If you're using stuff like the flashbangs and stuff like that, if you look at the flashbangs, they will still blind you. So that's something to keep in mind. Speaking of high hit point, high damage targets, we're actually in a very dangerous area here. You can see it's very high threat. These guys are no joke. They're the big beefy guys, the animals. So I just want to show you what it's like, because the ones that we fought over there, they were moderate, so they die super easy. These guys take a little bit more of a beating, and I want to show you how this goes down when you're fighting high threat targets. So here we go. We got this guy. We want to get this slow, so we're going to stand beside of him so he sees us aim. He doesn't care until we aim. So if we aim, now he cares. And headshot, headshot. Now what we're going to do, we're going to run outside real quick and see if we can bait these guys out here. We need room to move around. It's kind of dangerous in there. So we're just going to hang out here for a second. And here we go. Now we're going to slow down time. Shoot that guy. Oh, he dead. Let's make sure. Let's throw a grenade in here. Oh, nope, we missed. Let's try this again. Throw a grenade in here and blow that guy up. Let's just throw one here too. There we go. Throw one over there. Let's just cause some chaos here. He's on the ground. We're going to shoot him a couple times. And now we're going to get out real quick. Reload. And crouch. Let's let our time tick down so we can go in there again. All right, let's go. We're about to get burnt, which is very scary here. So let's make sure that doesn't happen, and then shoot this guy. Yep, okay, and then that guy's getting blown up. Let's hit him again. Yeah, see, look at that guy. He takes a massive beating. Dude. And then he just fell over his buddy's body. Yeah, you should probably run. Oh, yeah, yep. And now we're about to get burnt. And I don't know where this last person is. Let's heal. Preemptive heal there. That's chunking us down, but we should be all right. Let's hit it again. Get out of there before we get burnt to death. Man, those high-level burns hit hard. We had a buttload of HP. That thing just ticks down fast. Okay, let's run back in here. I don't know where the camera is that's seeing me or where the last person is. They're probably in here. Yeah, I think it's down here. Sometimes it gets that initial slow when they recognize you, because you haven't been recognized yet when you're sneaking up on them, and I get super trigger happy. So the other thing you can do is like start your slow before you run in, and then we can get behind this guy. The grenade's gonna blow him up and make it easier for us to shoot him while he's down the entire time. Look at those crits. That dude has so much HP. Absolutely insane. All right, the lady that we're supposed to kill should be in here somewhere. She out back? Oh, I think she's out back on the street. All right, we're off cooldown. Let's get up on her here. Hit her with a grenade. Although, yeah, have a grenade to the face. And there we go. So that's how it goes. I really enjoy this build. This sniper rifle is fun because you can shoot people through walls and the AI shuts down and they don't know what to do, and you can just bam, headshot, bam, headshot, bam, headshot. The problem is after a while, that just gets boring. This is so interactive, and being in there and like shooting them and stuff like that, being like up in their face, and you have to be aware, you have to be alert, get your heart a pumping, and it's a really enjoyable build. I highly advise giving it a go, checking it out. I think you'll like it if you like really active in the face builds. And I mean, it's essentially a melee build, but you're using a gun, which is why I call it John Wick, because I mean, he's always up in their face with a gun. It's like, bro, you're melee and a gun. It's cool. Why not? Let's do it. So yeah. All right, that's pretty much all there is to it. Hopefully you all enjoyed this video. If you did, if you found it informational and helpful and you want more awesome videos like this, consider hitting the subscribe button and the bell notification so you can be notified when I upload other Cyberpunk videos. I also upload guides for all kinds of other stuff as well. So you never know when I'm going to upload a guide for a game you may be playing. All right, that is going to wrap it up for this episode. If you like what you saw, consider hitting that sub button. I want to give a big thank you to my patrons for making this episode possible. Y'all are absolutely amazing people. If you'd like to join my Elite Crew Patreon supporters, please check out the link in the description below. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a comment down below. Let me know what you thought. If you're shy, you don't like to comment, just hit that thumbs up button and show your support. Until next time, thanks for watching.